everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Lilia. In this recipe, we're going back to basics. We're going to be making a homemade butter. It's very delicious and fresh, and actually before I created this, it brought back memories of when I was in the second grade making this butter and being so fascinated by it. The liquids turning into a butter. But anyways, this butter can easily be seasoned any way you want, spicy, salty, sweet, whatever your tooth desires. So if you haven't subscribed already, click that little red button down below. So to make this, I'm using some heavy whipping cream. You could use a half and half. And the note here is for every 2 cups of liquid, it makes about half a cup of butter. So you can adjust your measurements to make as much butter as you want. So I'm using a little bit more liquid or heavy cream because I want a little bit more butter so I can show you different flavors. So when you start beating this, you want to start beating it at a very low speed and gradually work your way up. I'll show you the process throughout, but out of this heavy whipping cream, it's going to make a whipped cream that you would use, or a frosting that you would use on a cake. We actually want to continue beating until you pass that step, and then eventually the fat and water will separate, and you will notice that the butter will start creating. So this will continue to fluff up even more. I do want to mention that if you don't have something similar to this, you can use a blender or even a food processor to do that. If you notice here, it's kind of got like a cottage cheese kind of look to it. And both the texture and the color have kind of changed. Slowly, you'll start seeing the liquid and the butter start to separate. We're getting really close to the butter. Whatever is left in liquid, that is what is called buttermilk. And then this solid piece would be the butter. Okay, so now we have our buttermilk separated from the butter. So what we're going to do now is drain this. I'm going to put this over a cheesecloth to drain it out, and we're going to rinse this butter because we don't want it to go rancid. The best part about this butter is that it can easily be frozen for as long as you want, and then just thaw out as much as you would like. So now that my butter has separated, I'm going to pass it through a cheesecloth so I can separate it from the liquid here. So I've got a cold bowl here. I'm going to pass all of this through. And then push my butter in there. I just want to give it a good twist. Trying to get all the liquid out. And then we're going to rinse this. It looks like for me, this might be good enough. All the buttermilk is separated. So we're gonna rinse this under cold water. And continue to squeeze your butter in here until your water turns clear. So you're gonna dump this water again. And you keep repeating this process for about 3 to 4 times. We do this so your butter doesn't turn rancid. You want it to go bad quickly. So I'm gonna do that process again. You can even remove it out of this casing if you want. It doesn't have to be in this. So my first seasoned butter, I like to add some parsley and garlic and some lime. This is really good on any meats especially. I like to use it on chicken and salmon. Whenever I'm baking it, I like to add a little of the seasoned butter. You can add a little salt if you like at this point as well, or black pepper. I don't, so I'm going to leave it like that. So now this is well mixed, I'm gonna add my butter. So a portion of this butter goes into here. If you want to thin it out and make more of a spreadable type of butter, you can add a little olive oil. So now what I'm going to do, continue mixing this until it's all well incorporated into my butter. All right, and for this butter, I'm going to make it sweet, so I'm adding some chopped walnuts. You can use pecans or almonds, and some maple syrup. You can use honey or even molasses for that. And I especially love this on any French toast or any breads. I do make banana bread often, so I like to top that with a little bit of this. And this is how simple it is to make compound butter. It really doesn't take much. So I'd like to know how you season up your butters. If you don't mind leaving that in the comment box below. And please help this video out by giving it a big thumbs up. I hope you enjoy this recipe, and I'll see you next time.